Hey friends, how you going? It's Catherine Dodd here from Being All You Can Be. This week I was given a challenge by someone, and there was a little bit of a dialogue, and he basically said, "You know what? You're playing it a bit safe." And it was in regards to the videos that I do that are normally recorded and then I upload them to Facebook, and that's all lovely. But now with Facebook Live, there is an element of risk. So I love a good challenge. So thank you, Brent Lindsay, for challenging me. So because we all grow in challenges. So today I thought it would be a good thing to talk about something that we all relate to. And this is the theme called resistance. Now, this actually happens when there's something we know we need to do and it's important. And it's like, oh, I'll just tidy my desk first, or oh, I'll just go and make a cup of coffee first, or oh, it's getting a bit late now, I might do it tomorrow. And that's the thing with resistance. Like, it's important to do, but we don't do it. Why is that? And it actually comes down to three things. It's actually called the three universal fears. That's the first thing. So if you've not heard of the three universal fears, they're called universal because everyone has them, which is good news. So even the most amazing out there people that you can see going for it, they also have these fears. Now, the reason why they're going for it and doing amazing things is because they're taking action. That is the difference. So how can we do this and take action? So firstly, what I'll say is the three fears of this. The three fears are fear of not being enough. So for me, doing this Facebook Live, it's like, oh, will I be able to do it? Will I remember everything? The fear of not being enough. So that could also be called the imposter syndrome. That's a very real thing for people. The second universal fear is the fear of not being loved. Now, again, it's like as babies, this is inherently born within us to need a tribe, to need people who are going to nurture us and love us. And even as adults, we still have that. So that is a fear of not being loved. So in terms of this Facebook Live, for me, it's like, you know what? I've got people in my world who will still go, hey, even if it falls in the toilet, no big deal. You did it. Good on you. Yay. And I won't be like judged or bagged out or whatever. And if it I am, like, no big deal. That's fine. So the third universal fear is this, the fear of not belonging. And again, this is a survival mechanism way back in the day. It's like if we are not a part of something, when we are an isolated thing, silo, that is a place of being unsafe. So there is an inherent need to belong and be part of a tribe. So for me, I belong to certain tribes that are places of safety for me. So in terms of moving forward, so for resistance, doing this Facebook Live, I was thinking, well, for me, the fear of not being enough is the biggest one for me at the moment. So it's like, well, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? The technology may not work. I could forget what I'm going to say. The volume may not be there, whatever. The perspective with this is, will anyone die? I always come back to, will anyone die from this? And often it's not. Often that is the worst scenario and that's not going to happen. So it's going to be a great day. That's basically it. Then I go into, well, what could happen that is actually good? And there's a number of things. And firstly, for myself, and secondly, for yourself, it's like the first thing that's close to home in my mind is like, for me, it's like, you know what? I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to be in a zone of excitement because being in an unknown zone is actually, oh, what's going to happen? This could be exciting, which it is actually. So it's exciting. It's fun. I could learn some things, and I definitely will, and I definitely will grow. So that's always a good thing. And that's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. And actually, the last thing that comes to mind is this, is when I've finished this, I'll go, hey, go girlfriend, you actually did this despite the fear of not feeling that you may not be enough or may whatever. So you still did it. You still did it. So yay, you, good on you. And facing a fear, we actually get stronger in that. And that's actually the whole point behind action and taking action despite how we're feeling. It's a powerful thing. So in conclusion, what I want to do is highlight a book that has been really instrumental in my world. It's called Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. It's actually a little book. The plain front cover is very much like, yep, get the job done, get in and do the work. And he's a very talented writer. Love his writing so very much. Very inspiring, and there's no fluff or bubbles. It's like straight to the point, and I love that. So I want to share the inside front cover too with you, and it will mean a lot, particularly if you're in the face of resistance now, or maybe tomorrow or next week. But this will certainly relate. The book is called Do the Work. So here we go. He says, our enemy is not the lack of preparation. It's not the difficulty of the project or the state of the marketplace or the emptiness of our bank account. The enemy is resistance. The enemy is our chattering brain, which, if we give as much of a nanosecond, we will start producing excuses, alibis, transparent self justifications, and a million reasons why we can't, shouldn't, and won't do what we know we need to do. Start before you're ready. It actually says that here. Start before you're ready. Even that's inspiring in itself. It's like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. It's like, of course you are. Just jump on in and have a go. But the feeling of having a go is the most empowering thing. And despite what happens, it's like, you know what? You've had a go. That's an awesome thing. So we can work things out as we go along. Will anyone die with this if it all falls apart? No, it won't. You'll have some fun. You'll learn some things. I trust you get some value from this as well, and are inspired. I trust that this comes at a timely moment when perhaps you are facing resistance yourself, where you may get inspiration for next week when you are facing resistance and you go, oh, hang on a minute, that's the three universal fears. That's right. It's the fear of not belonging. It's the fear of not being loved. It's the fear of not being enough. These are the three fears. It's like, which one do I relate to? How can I diffuse those fears? How can I find people for my tribe who won't judge me, who will accept me? And you know what? The newsflash is this: not everyone is going to like you, not everyone's going to like me, and that's got to be okay. We've got to be okay with that. There are a couple of critical people out there in the world who like to criticize others for having a go. They're in the grandstands of life. They're not on the game field. They're not scoring goals, and it's like, good on you, but you've got nothing to say to me unless you're actually in the game and you're actually making goals and I can learn from you. If you want to criticize and just rip someone apart, then what is that? So that means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing. So friends, my name is Catherine from Being All You Can Be. I'd love to know how you're going to apply this to your world of, if you're in resistance or if you're in resistance to come, what you will do differently now because of this. That actually means a lot. So we can listen to stuff. It's like, yay, good on you. But when we don't apply what we hear, that's actually where it's at. That's the important thing. So if you're feeling stuck and you're going, oh, I really don't know what to do next, then private message me, because sometimes you need to run alongside someone and get some insights from someone to unravel the stuckness, because we can all feel like that at times and it is actually normal. So, yeah, so private message me, no sweat at all. Love to have a chat. So, yeah, have a great day, everyone. See ya. Bye.